All right, I'm going to try this video one more time. Screwed it up the first time. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm Clint. And I got to say, too, I'm switching up probably again, even though I made a bold declaration yesterday that I'm going to make 2 videos a day. Then I decided that I would love to use the evenings for live streams. I don't want to use up all my notifications in one sitting. So I might actually just do 1 video per day and then live stream in the evening. Unless I'm not live streaming or I'm live streaming elsewhere, then just do 2 videos a day. We'll figure it out. But either way, content is coming your way. We're gonna talk about Scott Snyder's new plan. This happened a few days ago. He launched the campaign on Monday, but he also gave you news about his publishing imprint. And his publishing imprint is essentially this is laying forth a business model. So at the same time that Marvel has now 4 to 6 events all overlapping and happening at the same time, other comic book publishers are finally deciding to accept crowdfunding. So we're going to talk about that. But first, look at this. Brett Booth retweeted Fatal. He's a professional comic book artist, and I'm sure he recognizes a great campaign when he sees it. So he retweeted the Indiegogo campaign. Appreciate it very much. I hope he doesn't get flack for that. That would be messed up for anyone to give him flack for retweeting a great campaign just because of internet cooties. So I do appreciate I appreciate the retweet. And if you have not backed Fatal yet, guys, we're so close to $30,000. It's practically 30,000, but it's bothering me that it doesn't actually say 30,000. So if you haven't backed it yet, check it out. It's a link in the description below. And the cool thing here is 48 hours. We're right at the end of 48 hours, and we're right basically $30,000. So this is such a great base for a fantastic campaign. This is going to be really good. I'm stoked for this. So yeah, check it out. All right. So Scott Snyder announces new Kickstarter and Image Comics imprint. This is at the same time. I'm sure it's no mistake. Yes, this book is coming out under his imprint, but it's also maybe testing the waters for how mainstream comics, or at least these bigger indie publishers, are going to start embracing crowdfunding. Because what else are they going to do? The events or the variant covers, which both Marvel has doubled down on so hard, even though those are the 2 practices that have really caused them so much trouble over time. It's festered. They're strip mining the goodwill of their customers. So crowdfunding, this is interesting. So what you're doing here essentially is you're making the collectible prestige edition for crowdfunding, and then you have the regular edition that'll go through comic book shops for retailers. That's the difference. And I think it's taken people a long time to understand that crowdfunding the regular, like, floppy single issue comics on crowdfunding sites for comparable prices to what you would get them from a comic book shop doesn't make a lot of sense. It just doesn't work for it doesn't work for crowdfunding. So rather than that, you make the prestige edition for people that are interested in collecting. If you do that, people are willing to pay more. You give them more pages. You give them better paper. You give them something that's limited, something that's important and special. You're not doing massive overprints. That's what you can do with a crowdfunding site, and then you can take it to retailers and let people buy it for $3, $4, $5, whatever, if you want to do floppies. So they're trying it out. Alterna is already doing this, like with me, for example, in Downcast. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see. All right, so writer Scott Snyder launched a new Kickstarter Monday morning, day before Fatal, for a collected edition of comic sets for his new Image Comics imprint, Best Jacket Press. I would make fun of the name Best Jacket Press. That's my immediate reaction. And then I realize I'm making a video on a channel called Sweetcast and Sweet Comics. It just evolved that way, guys. So we're going to go with it. So, okay. All right. Well played. Touche. Let's see. His interview with him coming later today. Here's the press release below. All right. And here's the thing, too. I would be interested if I made a press release for Fatal and I sent it out to all of these same people. I could even put inclusivity in it, whatever, buzzwords, We hate that kind of thing. And I would be interested if we'd get retweeted like Brett Booth did, or would they feature the book, or would they full on ignore us because we have internet cooties? I'm not sure, but it would be interesting to see. All right, an exclusive behind the scenes edition of the making of the upcoming creator owned series, getting an inside look at the first release from Scott Snyder's Best Jacket Press label, an all new series about humanity trying to survive in everlasting darkness. Imagine that tomorrow the sun simply doesn't rise. You wait and you wait, but night just continues. All right, that sounds familiar, actually. All right, so he actually goes and pitches the book. Kind of an interesting way to pitch a book. And then he's also announcing that he has this imprint at the same time. So here he is on creator-owned books. He says creator-owned books are about connection. So he says Snyder, instead of asking you to trust us with company-owned characters you already love, they ask you to follow us into worlds unknown. They're about taking a leap of faith together. So with this, we wanted to offer you something that's personal and collectible that allows us to connect with you and show you how a book like this gets made. All right, so creator owned, and he's already said creator owned is the way to go. This might be part of the reason is that they've just done so much with existing characters that what else is there left to do? Maybe some people feel like that Charlie brought that up last night. I think it was a good point. And some of it is they're going to just take all the money anyway. And if you're a big name that's bringing in the money, why not do it yourself? So how much do you think he's making? Well, he's doing pretty good. He's got $108,000 so far on Kickstarter. And they're 3 days in. So is this going to be the $1 million success that a lot of people were imagining it would be? No, not even close. This is going to make somewhere between $200,000 and $300,000. That would be my guess, which is nothing to sneeze at. But it just goes to show you though that crowdfunding it does not equal instant success if you have a name from the comic book industry, unless you're Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane can do whatever he wants, apparently, and he's going to make just tons and tons of money. But really, it comes down to interacting with people on social media. And if you look here in the comments here, it's not him managing it. And I get it. It's a lot of work. But I can't, let's see, 2,000 backers. You're going to get some comments. You're going to get some questions. But in this case, it gets a little crazy. Rather than just using Indiegogo, if you want to have add-ons for items, you could use Indiegogo because they have that built in. Or because of internet cooties, you could use Kickstarter. And this is how they're going to handle add-ons. So they ask a question. So how would I go about getting both the soft cover and the hard cover? I want both editions. This is Camilla Zong. You might remember her. She used to be the political PR. No, it was PC gatekeeper at Kickstarter. But now she's the campaign manager. She knows how to keep Scott Snyder safe in these dangerous waters. She says, just add $25 to your pledge and let me know once you've done so. I'll make a note next to your name. That is going to get insane for fulfillment. That's how you do an add-on, is just add a random $25 and let Camilla Zong know. She'll hook you up. Sorry, I should specify that you should select the hardcover tier, then add $25 to that. So don't get the softcover one first. That is confusing as all get out, and that's a fatal flaw with Kickstarter. Speaking of fatal, how is that a transition? Fatal is on Indiegogo right now. All the tiers are maximized, so there aren't add-ons. I've got a few ideas to add some more juice to the campaign. And if you haven't backed it yet, please check it out in the link in the description below. Consider backing it, because that is what is going to help us make this campaign a massive success. Such a great start. So appreciate everybody. And I have got more fun stuff coming. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.